is such an important thing to focus on because we hear about bullying, of course, but we need to be reminded of the impact that it has on our children who are being bullied, who are the target of bullying, or actually the kids who are bullies themselves, because both sides of it need assistance and need help and guidance. So, tonight, though, what I'm going to talk about is how to support your child if you find out that he or she is being bullied. The way that you support them through it can either disempower them or can empower them again. And I think we all agree that we'd like our children to be empowered again, because bullying is a lot about losing power, losing control, kind of losing the freedom to be in your space without being harassed. So we want to work on empowering them. So the very first thing you have to do is listen. Listen, listen, and then listen some more. When we find out that something awful is happening to our child, we have this instinct to jump in and to try to fix it. We want to fix it right away. But in order to help guide our children, we need to first hear all of the facts. Really let them get it out, because that in and of itself can be very cathartic for them. And it may be that the bullying is not even happening anymore, but that they need to get it off of their chest what has been happening. So just listen. Make that your main priority when you first find out about it. And if you find out through like a third person or a third party, then ask them questions, not interrogation style, but let them know that you're on their side, that you heard that something happened and you just want them to be able to talk to you about it. So after you listen, then you need to think about action. What action are you going to take? And keep in mind, our goal is to empower them again, right? So that doesn't mean that we say, oh, Mama Bear, Papa Bear's out, we are going to fix this. We need to have our child alongside us to figure out what steps they're going to take next. Now, many times they'll say, we don't want to do anything. But in most cases, you still need to do something with the school or organization, wherever it's happening. So you take them along for the ride, which means that you walk them through the whys that you're doing, who you're contacting, what you're going to say, how it's going to impact them. Super key, important that they know that. And so you tell them, I think we should probably talk to the counselor about this. Would you like to go with me? Or would you like to write a statement? What would you like to do? So you're getting all the facts from them by listening, and then you're coming up with your plan of action, right? And your plan of action, again, you want to empower them again, so let them have some say in what goes down after that, okay? Also, the other thing is, if you are approaching a school or an organization or even another parent, there's 3 key components to make it a successful confrontation, if you want to call it that. The first thing you need to do is release all judgment. If somebody's bullying your kid, you're probably going to have some anger. How dare you mess with my kid, right? So you can really start to think all these scenarios, like the parents are awful, or the kid's a bad kid, or there's just no chance of them ever getting better. So we need to watch that judgment and remember that the other person is a kid too, and they are learning. The next thing is we need to go in with compassion. So let's say we're talking to a teacher, okay? We can go in and say, you're awful, you didn't catch this, you're not doing anything about it, you're not fixing the problem. Or we can go in and say to ourselves first, without the judgment, this teacher has a lot of kids that he or she is in charge of. It is very possible they didn't see this going on. So with compassion is, you go in and you tell them what's going on and understand that they're human just like you, and they don't have a magic wand to fix things just like you don't. So remember that. And then the third thing is, don't go unless you're seeking a solution. So many times we go to report things and the purpose is, revenge or to get somebody in trouble. But we want a solution. And the solution is not just to get somebody in trouble. The solution is, how can my child be re-empowered? How can that child get the help that they need? So it's very super important that you remember to go seeking a solution. And I will say one last thing about this. When there is an issue of bullying and you are going to the school or organization to try to get assistance with this, never have the target of bullying and the bully himself or herself fix it together. they are two different issues and two different problems. We are not going to have them reconciling. We're not going to have the bully going and in person apologizing to the target, because it's not fair to the person who is the target of bullying. The issues need to be dealt with separately. Okay. Now, the bully could write a letter or something, but it's not good to have this face to face. Never should a counselor or parents have the bully and the target of bullying face to face to work this out. That's not how it should be dealt with. So I hope that this helps you if you do have a child who is being bullied, if you've recently found this out. And even like these steps can be used also if you're finding that there's mean girl behavior. It may not be officially bullying, but you would do much of the same as far as supporting your child through it. So parents, I know this is so tough if your child is being bullied, but it's the support of you and the system around them that can let them get through it virtually unscathed. Parents, you got this.